Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi, I'm Salma Syifa. I'm from 5 TBI B. Today I'm going to explain about History of Islamic Education. The word history comes from Arabic, namely dates, sirah, or the science of dating. In etymology, history means the term of time, date or time. As for the science of date, it means the knowledge of discussing the mention of events and the causes of these events. In English, the word history means an orderly description of past events. Islamic education in the science of education based on Islam. Islamic education is a body of educational philosophies derived from Islamic beliefs. This fundamental framework is derived from the core teachings of Islam, namely the Al-Quran and As-Sunnah as the principal texts and ideas or ra'yu, both in the form of ijma, qiyas, and other advantages, as well as from Islamic history and the reality of human life, which expands and changes in a variety of spheres of existence. In the study of the history of Islamic education, three types of periodization are most widely utilized. The first is, which alludes the power shifts. The second, model relates to the units of time that have gone through the history of Islamic culture in general. Third, model divides Islamic education history by referring to the qualitative process of Islamic education. History is the science that investigates the past of humanity. History as a science has a collection of methodologies and theories for researching, analyzing, and explaining the framework of the past in question. History has a science, theory, or epistemology that offers the foundations for historical science concepts. Truth, objectivity, subjectivity, generalization, and historical laws are all theories in history. Almost every day, fresh lessons are taught both at night after sunset and night, at morning, and at asr. Every day, recitations and studies of classic works taught in Patani boarding schools actually occur. During the day, the mosque is used to read the Quran, study the Jawi book, Belzanji, and learn to worship the priest while waiting for the midday prayers, as well as holding communal prayers. Jawi Arabic books in Malay, such as the book Al-Jawhar al-Mawhub and other great literature, are still taught. Each of these works was written by Patani scholars throughout their time period and is reported to be used in Pondok Patani today. The huts built by the ulama in Patani reflect the characteristics of their individual regions, such as those in Patani, Yalah, Naratiwat, and Satun. The Umayyads made substantial contribution to the later development of Arab culture, particularly in the education and development of Islamic religious sciences, literature, and philosophy. During this era, new disciplines of knowledge developed that had not before been taught in the Arab educational system. According to Langulung, the following are some of the characteristics of Islamic education during the Umayyad era. The first is Arabic in nature. Second, attempting to reaffirm the fundamentals of the newly emerging Islamic religion. Third, priority is given to Nakliyah sciences and language. Fourth, show concern for written materials as a medium of communication, paving the way for foreign language teaching. And the last is making use of kutab and masjid. Educational system in NU, Muhammadiyah, and Al-Irsyad. The first is NU. In order to maximize Islamic education teaching activities in the modern era and supplement the current system of traditional educational institutions or Islamic boarding school, which have withered due to being eaten age, the NU education reform is a reflection of the modernity of Islamic boarding school educators who are working to give their students a new perspective in the field of education. Kiai Haji Hashim Asnari's book does in fact provide one of the suitable learning models that can help develop and be imaginative in the concept of Nahdlatul Ulama. The approach is integrated in order to prevent the learning model from stagnating and to address issues that might arise when students struggle to comprehend the information being delivered by the teacher. Memorization, lectures, discussion, question and answer session, and the tasib wa targhib method are some of these techniques or advice and reprimand. The second is Muhammadiyah. Kiai Haji Ahmad Dahlan contends that departing from these educational objectives, the curriculum or instructional materials should include the following. The first is moral education, second is education of the individual, third is community education. While Muhammadiyah madrasas employ the masihal system similar to Dutch school, Islamic boarding school use the watan and sorogal system. Religious literature is used as study materials in Islamic boarding school. While this is going on, general books are used as the study material in Muhammadiyah madrasas. The connection between the teacher and the students. The teacher-students dynamic in Islamic boarding school frequently appears authoritarian since the Kiai hold the reins of knowledge which is revered. In contrast, Muhammadiyah madrasas started to foster intimate relationship between teachers and students. The last is Al-Irsyad. Al-Irsyad uses a modern curriculum in the sense that is it a specially created curriculum. Depending on the level and quantity of study time, books and the materials are changed. The operationalization of learning activities entails their methodical, orderly execution from each book's beginning or introduction to its final chapter. Ahmad Surkati realized that all knowledge is from God, so that there is no doubt or belief in the inspiration of knowledge that purely addresses the field of religion and science that specifically studies worldly matters. This is in addition to being able to apply the concept of educational psychology in creating Ahmad Surkati's curriculum and not differentiating and categorizing knowledge. I think it's enough from me. Thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.